I was particularly pleased with our players. Obviously, we're a great defensive team. I thought for the most part, we played pretty well defensively. We had some lapses in terms of assignments. Obviously, Sugar running free for most of the first half. We fixed that in the second half. But on offense, just keeping it simple. Take what they were giving us. Don't overthink it, and if you're open, shoot it. I'm particularly happy for post players that have worked really, really hard to take and make threes. And when you do that, it's hard to key in on Simone and Maya when all of a sudden someone else is standing there wide open and burying shots. So I thought the balance of what we did was really, really good.
Effectively a pair of out-of-timeout calls. A pair of out-of-timeout calls when it was 74-67 to get Maya the ball for three, and then still inside. You're thinking about that, and just to sort of take me through the luxury of having both of them back-to-back like that.
I mean, that's, Maya's arguably the best player in the world, and Sill's arguably the best center in the world. So when you have that, it's important to, when it's Maya's turn, that Maya do her thing, and then, be cognizant that, you have Sill, and I just thought we did that. I thought we had great awareness. On that play, she had Allen as her matchup, and we had got the play in, and they wanted to run the play the second time, and we didn't, and I think we had an empty possession that next one, and then we got back to the play that you talked about with Sill. Brunson just made a great pass. She made a great pass. Again, took what the defense was giving us, and if you fight high on Sill, she's just tremendous at pinning for a lob, and obviously she catches everything that's in her area.
And is that second nature now in terms of this team, having played together now really a year and a half? Everyone finding each other, and even the two possessions after that were two other starters of yours to figure out and ice the game.
That's we've just been together. They just know each other well. It doesn't always end in a W, but they have confidence that they know what each other's doing, and we were very engaged today. I thought that we knew how New York felt about the game, what they were looking to do, and that we responded to that and had great energy from start to finish.
What did you do defensively against Tina? She had 6 points, didn't score her first bucket until late in the third.
We have a great defender in Rebecca Brunson, and she plays our schemes really well. And I thought when she wasn't out there, the next player that came in was pretty good. I got to see the video to understand how good we were or we weren't. But I thought that she wasn't getting touches on the block. And then so she was coming away from the basket where she got more shots. And it's kind of the lesser of the evil. She's still a great player from there. But when you got her taking their, the second and third option type of shots, she just had trouble making those.
Since this game is more so the homecoming game than the other two stops when you come here, how many do you got here tonight?
We had 12 people here. I had a college teammate, Sheila Wall, came into town, and a former sports information director, Beth, and then niece and nephew and brother and whatnot. So it was nice, really nice.
What kind of impact does Natasha Howard bring for you guys off the bench?
Yeah, and I feel bad because she didn't do anything wrong. In the second half she could have played again. Planette played well when she was out there, and it's just hard to get that fourth post player in there. But Tasha just plays with energy. She sprints everywhere. She's very, very active, and she's good around the rim. She's improved her three ball, and it's a player that we enjoy having out there.
Seems like it's a very unique skill set, sort of a different dynamic. You guys are more sort of looking for the best shot, and she's just that energy. She goes down and starts.
She's on go all the time, all the time, and she sprints to her screens, and when she's out there, our offense flows pretty well because she's creating openings and outnumbered situations with great screens, great angle in the screens. She gets out of the screen fast, and she's a good passer.
She starts on any other team, right?
I don't know. I don't want you guys to start saying that kind of stuff because then she'll want to be on another team. I'll have a hard time keeping her.
But you like to deploy her as a help defender. Is that just her constant energy?
Yeah, she's really, really good defensively at showing her help, her activity in her help, her recognition of what's happening. She's got great instincts, great instincts. I was really happy with her today. She was fighting in there. She gives up quite a few LBs. She's really slight of build. It's a hard team to rebound against, and she was rebounding in traffic and competing for the ball, and that's something that we really have asked her to improve upon is dig out those hard ones, not just get a finger on it, just to really dig them out, and this was a good game for her to have that test.
Just in terms of rebounding, Rebecca was 5 short of that milestone, ended up with 4. So it was right there, but rebound percentage-wise, she's 4th in the history of the league.
Wow.
And Sill is 3rd.
Okay.
And I just wonder how many do you think they sort of take from each other by virtue of the fact that they're out there on the same court all the time?
Yeah, they used to crash into each other. Their first time, like in 2015, and they've worked that out, because they would kind of crash and nobody would get the rebound.
Right.
But I would say at this point, I don't, because I think depending on the matchup, like today Brunson was down low a little bit more, but Sills around the basket the most, and so I understand why she's third and she's much younger than Rebecca, but. Rebecca's one of the all-time greatest, and that's why you see her. The top 5 in anything in our league is quite a feat.
And then her shooting a 3, is that part of just a team-wide effort to
Yes.
just?
Yes,
Okay.
and if you're around, we spend a lot of time, and so it's really easy to be happy for Rebecca, who, in game 1 against Chicago, she launches a 3 from the corner, hits the side of the backboard. She hasn't stopped hearing about that. And I took her out shortly after, not because of the 3 ball, just it was time, and she wanted a chance to redeem herself, and so she got that chance today.
It's sort of an old story, but I wanted to get your comment on it in case you didn't get a chance to. The one Gino Oriyama said. He said that not as many women want to coach. That's why there aren't as many women's coaches in college. I wanted your comment on that.
I think Gino's a great coach, and I think he means well. But I think, as his daughter rightly pointed out, he was pretty off base in that comment. Again, I think that he means well for the most part. He understands. He understands the challenges we face in the women's game because he lives it, and he hears it all the time. But in that particular case, there's a lot of women that want to coach. There's a lot of women that want to be head coaches, and we face nothing different than what's in the real world in terms of the business world of what women have to go through to be considered qualified for a job. And sometimes when you're a guy, that gets lost on you, and I think that's probably happening.
Appreciate it.